Hey there, so you're getting ready for retirement, or maybe you're already there, and you're thinking, finally, time to relax. But then, bam. You start reading about Medicare and suddenly you're hit with a surprise, high premiums, and that's not even the worst part. If you don't know the ins and outs, those premiums could cost you more than a dinner at a five-star restaurant. Welcome to today's episode where we're diving into how to avoid those high Medicare premiums, and no, it's not about moving to a remote island without internet access to escape it all, though tempting. We'll talk about how to keep your health coverage without losing your wallet to Uncle Sam. Okay, first things first. Let's understand what these premiums are all about. Medicare is divided into several parts: Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part D. Part A is mostly free, if you've paid Medicare taxes while working, but Part B? That one can start getting pricey, and we're not talking, oh, that's a little extra on top of my current bills. No, we're talking about some serious, wait, that's how much sticker shock? And here's the thing. Part B premiums are based on your income. So if you're making more money, you're going to pay more for your premium. This is called the Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, or IRMAA. Doesn't that sound like a delightful party you want to attend? No? I thought so. So how does IRMAA work? Well, the higher your income in retirement, the more you'll pay. Now I know what you're thinking. But I worked hard for that money. And yes, you did. But the IRS doesn't necessarily agree. They've got a formula that looks at your 2-year-old tax return to determine how much you should pay in premiums. Yeah, I know. Nothing like paying for yesterday's income with today's taxes. If you had a big year 2 years ago but you're not living large today, well, sorry. Your Medicare premium may still be based on that better income. But don't worry. There are ways to work the system, legally of course, to avoid paying more than you need to. Let's talk strategy number 1. Plan ahead. If you know you're going to have a high income in retirement, maybe from a pension, a big 401k withdrawal, or rental properties, plan for it. You're probably not going to be able to avoid the IRMAA surcharge completely, but if you know it's coming, you can get ahead of it. Maybe consider spreading out those big income spikes. For example, instead of taking a large distribution from your IRA all at once, break it up into smaller, more manageable chunks. This helps keep your reported income under the threshold where you'd be bumped into the higher premium tier. Because nothing says smart planning like giving yourself a little breathing room before the IRS comes knocking for that extra chunk of change. Strategy number 2, keep your taxable income as low as possible. Now, I'm not saying you need to move to the mountains and live off the grid, though I mean, it's tempting, right? But seriously, one way to keep your income down is by doing Roth conversions. Now you might be thinking, why should I convert my traditional IRA to a Roth IRA when I can't even touch that money yet? Well, here's the thing. When you do a Roth conversion, you pay taxes on the money now instead of later, essentially paying the piper before the piper comes knocking. By converting some of your traditional IRA or 401k funds into Roth IRAs, you can actually keep your taxable income lower in retirement. And that can help keep you out of those higher Medicare premium brackets. Sure, it means you'll pay taxes on the converted amount now, but trust me, it's much better than paying a bigger premium every year for Medicare. Think of it as paying a small fee today to save big tomorrow. Strategy number 3, if you have taxable accounts, meaning brokerage accounts, consider moving some of those assets into tax-deferred or tax-free accounts. This means that rather than pulling from a taxable account that counts toward your IRMAA calculation, you could use other accounts like Roth IRAs, HSAs, or even non-taxable bonds. For example, if you're pulling money from your taxable account to live on, that's going to be counted as income for your Medicare premium calculation. But if you move some of that into Roth or non-taxable accounts, it'll keep your income looking smaller and, yep, you guessed it, lower your premiums. Move over, taxable income. It's time to make room for your tax-deferred and tax-free buddies. Alright, let's talk Social Security. Timing your Social Security benefits can have a big impact on your Medicare premiums. If you decide to start your Social Security early, at 62 for example, your income could be higher, which, you guessed it, could trigger those higher premiums. But if you delay taking Social Security and let it grow, your taxable income may stay lower. It's a bit of a balancing act, right? You want to maximize your Social Security income, but you don't want to get hit with a massive Medicare premium at the same time. Alright, so we've covered the major strategies. But here are a couple of additional tips to help keep your Medicare premiums as low as possible. Be careful about withdrawing a large amount from your traditional IRA all at once. Yes, that lump sum might look tempting, but it could easily push you into a higher Medicare premium bracket. So, like I said before, small, manageable distributions are the key. Think of it like taking small bites of cake instead of scarfing down the whole thing at once, more enjoyable and less stomach-churning later. Consider funding a health savings account, HSA, while you're still working. HSAs are like secret agents of your retirement, funded with pre-tax money, growing tax-free, and used tax-free for medical expenses. You can even use it to pay for Medicare premiums later in life without triggering more taxable income. Basically, an HSA is like the Batman of your retirement portfolio, stealthy, efficient, and always there when you need it. So, to sum it all up, avoiding high Medicare premiums comes down to planning and strategy. By keeping your taxable income low, converting to Roth IRAs, timing your Social Security, and considering other accounts like HSAs, you can reduce your chances of being hit with those nasty premiums. Remember, it's all about strategy. If you plan ahead, you can keep your Medicare premiums in check and still enjoy your retirement without worrying about a surprise bill in the mail every month. So, here's to smart planning, lower premiums, and a comfortable, stress-free retirement. May your only surprise be how much you saved, not how much you owe. Now go, plan those Roth conversions and get ahead of the game. You've got this.